Guys, it's Arcus again, and in this episode, we're gonna take a review on nothing other than Deadpool. So, this is the Marvel movie that finally happened. Deadpool has been a beloved character for me so long because he's so savage. He says all of these things that no other superhero, or I don't even know if you would call him a superhero. He's sort of in between the lines of a superhero or not, because he does the good stuff, but then he does a bunch of bad stuff, and he does the good stuff in a bad way and so forth. But he's probably one of the most funniest characters in the entire Marvel universe. He's got such a great sense of humor, and in the most appropriate moments and in the most awkward scenes, he can just say something that will crack you right up. So, and also one of the things that I absolutely love most about Deadpool is him breaking the fourth wall. And if you don't know what the fourth wall is, it's basically when he's directing his own thoughts and saying it to exactly to the audience. Because in the beginning scenes of the movie, he's in the taxi, and there's some gum that gets thrown on the camera lens, and he sort of just takes his thumbs and wipes it off, and he says sorry about that. And that's just one great example of him breaking the fourth wall and interacting with the audience. So, Deadpool is the story. This is the origin story of Deadpool, of how he was created. Because he's sort of this immortal character that he can basically die and he just comes back to life. And this is the origin story of how this came to be. And you get to follow Wade, as he was called before he became Deadpool. You get to follow him as he goes through. He has a really bad case of cancer, so he has been sentenced to death, by this, and he only has a couple of months left and so forth. So he's trying to find every way out of it. So he meets a lot of shady people, and then he comes in contact with this researcher or scientists that are working in Russia. So they take him to this place, and fun fact, this is actually the same place that Wolverine gets his medal inserted into him. So that's a fun Easter egg in that. But either way, it gets taken to this place, and then he meets this character called Ajax, which is, helping him with the treatment and so forth. And later it's revealed that Ajax is one of the... he's the villain in the movie, because after that point, Wade doesn't believe that it worked, and he gets all the messed up in his skin and so forth. He gets a lot of holes in it, and it looks really, really bad. So after that, he sets on a point to try and get revenge on Ajax. And this is sort of the way you get to follow the story throughout the ending. So the actors and actresses in this movie, the main actor in the movie who plays Deadpool is none other than Ryan Reynolds. And I love this actor. He's such a funny comedian. I don't know if you call him comedian, but he's a really funny actor, and this movie it suits him perfectly, since you've seen some of his other movies that he's done, and they really nailed the casting on Deadpool, because he really gets him. And then they also have Ed Skrein playing Ajax. They have this really funny guy, Karen Sony, playing Dopinder, which is the taxi driver, and he also has a lot of funny moments in it. And I mean, yeah, sort of everyone and all the actors and actresses have funny bits in the movie. And then also the love interest of Wade, Vanessa, is played by Morena Baccarin. I don't know if I'm saying these names right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Some actors and actresses, it's hard, But either way, so those are the main actors and characters in the movie, and you get to follow them. They make a really good show of it, and a really good movie. The acting is really solid. The storyline through the entire movie is amazing. The comedy moments are so hilarious. You will laugh so much watching this movie. If you enjoy this sort of comedy, it's a bit more vulgar and so forth, and there's a lot of fighting in it, and they make fun of that. And I mean, in one scene in particular, when Wade is going to the X-Men house because he exists in the same universe, to try and get some people to help him. There's just two people there that no one has ever heard of before, Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And Wade makes the funny comment that they only had enough money to hire two X-Men. So he just jokes about the own production and so forth. So that's just one great comedy example. So the movie is definitely, definitely a must-see. So in the rating then, I would rate it at a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I won't go higher than a 7 because I mean I still believe that there are movies that are better than it, but it's definitely one of the better movies that, I don't know if it's associated with Marvel. Yes, I know it's Marvel, but I don't know if it's associated with Fox or not. I believe so because Deadpool, it doesn't have the licensing to appear in the MCU, so therefore he's in the same universe as the X-Men and so forth. So if I'm looking at those movies, the X-Men movies and those forth, I definitely believe that Deadpool is one of the best that they have produced. But compared to some of the other MCU movies like Civil War and Age of Ultron and even now Infinity War, it lacks a bit. But it's definitely a good movie, and I definitely recommend you go watch it. So, either ways, that was just my own opinion and thoughts as always. If you got yours, share them down below. Comment on anything you want me to review next, and I'll see you next time. Bye.